Welcome to Boxing Worlds, and this is Keepin It Tril, where we discuss some of the hardest topics and some of the biggest issues that we've seen in the sport of boxing. This is where Tril serves as moderator, host in chief, and quite frankly, I'm worried every single time. So with that being said, here we go.
You never know what's
Turn
gonna
it over to
happen.
Tril.
You never know what's gonna happen with me. Basically, we're gonna keep it really light today. I don't have nothing controversial to say this week. But I want to recap this week, but I have a question for my fellow analysts here. One of the fights that happened this week was Teofimo Lopez. Did y'all catch the fight?
I saw the fight.
Okay, did catch the fight. Do y'all think he's ready for Lomachenko? I'm just gonna ask y'all. Do y'all think he's ready?
No. Not only do I not think he's ready for Lomachenko, I think a more appropriate question would be, is he ready for Devin Haney? Because with the performance I saw, I don't think he can beat Lomachenko, and I think that Devin Haney would beat the Teofimo Lopez I saw on that night. However, I preface it by saying he is having family issues that could impact him in the ring. He married a woman 6 years older than him. His mom didn't approve and his sister didn't approve, and so they didn't even show up to the wedding. They played a major role in his boxing career. So he went into that ring with a different team and probably, recognizing his family's not there like it used to be. And I would just say to the Lopez family, the Teofimo Lopez family, learn a lesson from Mickey Ward's family. And you can even watch the fighter and see it does impact the fighter when you create that chaos around him. If it's best for him and it's what he wants, support him. And so that way he can just go in the ring and knows he has the support of all the people that love him. And that would help him perform in the ring. So learn from Mickey Ward, and I'd say that to the Teofimo Lopez family.
And I was going to say that too. He didn't look like himself. He didn't look like himself. Like in his facial expressions and everything, he seems like a happy kid every time you see him. He's goofing around and stuff like that. Not in a negative way or a bad way, goofing around. But it's just, he has a fun spirit, and you didn't see that. And I agree with you. I don't think he's ready for Lomachenko. I don't think he's ready for Devin either. Another recap. Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant. And Mike Lee. Shout out to Caleb. I see you, Caleb.
Caleb Plant versus Rocky. Rocky Balboa.
I see you, Caleb. I see Caleb pulled up in the hood the other day. He had a big patty with cheese. You know what I'm saying?
He did it for the culture.
He's gonna pull up with a teeny juice and some Cheetos. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna hang out with the boxing bros. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Mike Lee shouldn't have been in that ring. But how do you feel?
He got abused in that ring, man. And then he had the nerve to get up and be upset at the ref for saying, yo.
Give me the 10! Give me the 10!
Like, you want to get dropped like 3 times in 1 round? Like, yo, bro.
The ref ran. I'm trying to save your life.
That's what I'm saying.
The ref didn't even. Was it Bird? No, it was Bird. The ref just looked at him like,
Facts.
to the corner.
No, but if you know this, right, when he's complaining to the ref, then Caleb Plant walked by like, yo, respect yourself, man.
Listen, Mike Lee, I don't want to take anything away from Caleb Plant's performance because Mike Lee was strong, he was fast, he was determined, but Caleb Plant said something to him, and it's true. He said, I'm going to teach you a lesson that they didn't teach you at Notre Dame, and that is boxing. Boxing, you can be an athlete, you can be a good football player, you can be a good basketball player, you can be a good whatever. Boxing is a completely different beast. That's why we said a guy like Manny Pacquiao is a monster. It takes more than athleticism to beat Manny Pacquiao. It takes more than athleticism to beat a Caleb Plant. It takes more than athleticism to beat someone who was born into this sport. And in order for you to be successful when you weren't born into the sport, you already have to have fighter in you. So that's why you look at guys like Gerald Washington. Yeah, he's big, he's athletic, but he doesn't succeed in boxing. He doesn't excel. Brian Jennings, he's athletic, he's big, but he doesn't excel in the sport of boxing because he's, he's a basketball player. He's not really a
my
fighter.
favorite, Seth Mitchell.
Seth Mitchell.
You like agree?
Athletes that aren't boxers.
Yeah. So there's a difference when you throw him in with someone who's a real boxer. You got Chris Arreola and Seth Mitchell, and if you just go off appearances, you're gonna go Seth. But Chris Arreola is a born fighter. So Caleb Plant showed the difference between being a strong, athletic person and actually being a fighter.
With high IQ.
Yeah, with a high IQ. He just embarrassed him. He hit him with left hooks all night. He got underneath his punches, countered. I mean, Caleb Plant looked as sharp as I've seen him. And that's the difference between a great athlete versus an actual boxer. And, for the ones who do succeed, like Deontay Wilder, who played a different sport, he wasn't a basketball standout, and he was always a fighter, and he came from adversity, and adversity breeds that type of spirit that it takes to step in the ring and be willing to take blows, because in your mind you say, I've been through worse.
Yeah, you doing it for your family,
yeah,
for everything.
That's what I was about to say. Wilder was doing this for something better than work, but he's doing this for his daughter.
Yeah,
This is the passion kick.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a guy who came later on from a different sport, but remember, boxing was actually the only sport he really dedicated himself to.
Like you were saying, though, it takes, you know what I'm saying?
A dog.
Yeah,
It takes a-
it
you
takes
gotta have a
something,
dog in you.
and it takes,
Mike Lee was a good athlete,
Yeah,
he just
come
didn't
on.
have that dog in him. As soon as he got hit, like he never got hit before,
Yo,
he
I'm
fell down
serious.
and he
I'm
got
not
a
a
stop
joke.
on.
I literally feel like I was watching a Rocky movie. I was like, yo, why this dude fighting like that? You know what I'm saying?
I really believe.
Come on, I'm like, fam, yo,
Yo, 6, 7, give me the 10, give me the 10.
I'm like, fam.
With a shot and slid the upper way.
I was like, yo, what is going on? Yo, it felt like I was watching a movie, man. I was like, this is too much, yo.
But, give props to Mike Lee, man. You still, man, you gotta give credit to him for stepping in the ring, man. Because it takes you a warrior, man. You're still a warrior, man, to be able to, I respect your heart.
Yeah, Caleb showed him there's levels to this. Now, another thing I want to point out, because, and I'll throw this out to you guys actually, would be, I think of Caleb Plant, and you think of a white guy with the type of skills that he has.
Hold up, Caleb Plant's white.
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie, right? Remember when I was texting y'all? I was like, yo, he must have got a black stepdad. And after a while, I was like, maybe he ain't even white. Maybe he's Puerto Rican. I was thinking, yo, maybe he's Puerto Rican. I was like, yo, he got some like, some soul in his step. You know what I mean? So I was like,
You know what? Live review. Watching those. To my knowledge, Caleb Plant is white, and you would think a white fighter with those type of skills.
yo, cameraman, Google that.
Loved in the United States of America. So that brings me to my next question. And well, actually, this is Keepin It Tril. I'm not trying to overtake it, but I do have a good question. And I think even you would like to chime in on this. What would it take to make Caleb Plant a big star in the U.S.?
I don't snap. I was just about to be honest. Yo.
Who's this promoter?
It got nothing to do with promoter. His promoter is you know who his advisor is, PBC. Haymon.
Y'all know how to reach him if y'all want to fight. Y'all know how to reach him. Y'all know who his advisor is.
You know what I'm saying? The problem with Caleb and the reason why, I'm trying to have the most political, you trying to set me up. I see what y'all trying to do.
Keep it real. Keep it tril. Keep it tril.
They trying to set me up. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to set me up so everybody can be mad at me, and I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I said, you know why? You already know why. Caleb, You know what I'm saying? The same reason why when you said that when you was fighting, I reacted the way I reacted, jokingly. I know Caleb is a white fighter. But Caleb doesn't act. And here's the people forget that. Are we still pretending that boxing ain't racist? Or there's no racism
Hey,
in boxing?
I don't get down with the
Alright.
word
Cool.
on camera.
Alright. See, that's what I'm saying. See, you set me up. We're gonna pretend.
There are ways that go around it. I'll just jump in. I think that the way you would promote Caleb Plant would be to promote him the same way they promoted Sugar Ray Leonard. They said, Leonard, you need to smile. You need to be less threatening. You need to present yourself in this manner so you can be a crossover star. They need to promote Caleb Plant the way they promote black fighters when they're trying to make them crossover stars. So they need to promote Caleb Plant that way. Because as Trill pointed out, I think white Americans see Caleb Plant and they don't relate to him.
Exactly.
And so for that reason, you have to make him a crossover star. Instead of being seen as Caleb Plant, as currently constructed, they need to see him as Justin Bieber. Because of one thing that was pointed out to me a long time ago was America hates a cocky Negro, but it loves a badass white boy. And so Caleb Plant needs to be promoted as that badass white boy and seen a little less as
hanging around.
Yeah.
Yo, I kind of disagree with you guys, but I actually agree. And yo, this sounds I don't, because remember when they interviewed him like after when it was like probably right before Pacquiao got out, and he was well spoken. You know what I mean? He thought he was thinking the crowd. And to me, I was like, yo, he should be a commentator. You know what I'm saying? Like when he's like in between fights.
Well spoken. There's a lot of fighters as well spoken.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, I agree. But what I'm saying is, I don't think he needs to change his persona. I just think he needs to be in front of the camera more. Like give him a microphone. You know what I mean? And then because once people see him and show how smart you are, show your boxing IQ, show the passion and the love for the sport, people go like, yo, who is this dude? And then I think he'll have white America behind him.
It's a little
he
more
just needs
than
to be
that.
out there.
It's a little more than that. You know why? Because, and I don't even want to get that deep into this because
Keep it true.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It has more to do with how he talks and how he presents himself, the way he dresses, his attire, who he decides to hang around with. A lot goes into this.
I agree, but when you're commentating, you wear a suit.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, unless you're Sean Porter and then you wear a loud suit. But
But it's
Well, let me give you a second. That's what Trill's saying. You just made the perfect comparison. Look at how Sean Porter is in front of the camera and compare it to Caleb Plant. If you reverse roles, Caleb Plant would be loved. That's why they love Sean Porter.
Exactly.
Because
He's on the mic.
Not just because he's on the mic. It's how he is when he's on the mic. You saw Caleb Plant give an assessment of a fight, and you think it was something that the people would love. I actually disagree with you. Caleb Plant said, I'm not picking anybody. I got no dog in that fight. I think this, I think that. Bro, that's not how they do it.
Exactly.
That's not, you need to give a Sean Porter type answer. So you're sitting here thinking it was good. I actually think it was bad.
Well, I wasn't talking about that point. I was talking about the way he acknowledged the audience. You're right. At the end when he did that, I was like,
all
but
of
in the
it is
beginning,
connected. They all answer how
No, I
they
agree. I'm just saying that to me, if they can make a Deontay Wilder a commentator, they can make any
Even Wilder did a great job, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. So if they can make Wilder look great, they can make any fighter look great.
But Wilder was doing exactly what we were talking about. They were trying to make him a crossover
You're gonna change
He smiled a lot. He was very professional, and he didn't take the bait.
Yeah.
They tried to bait him. They said, Wilder, who would win? A 1987 Mike Tyson or a 2019 Deontay Wilder? And I've heard him say in the past he beat Mike Tyson. So I was saying, Wilder, don't do it. And Wilder was like, look, we can't really compare eras like that. If you can say whatever, but you won't know till you throw him in the ring. I'm like, my man, he did it.
And I love how Wilder acted with Ruiz.
Yeah, that was dope too. too. That
I
was
thought
dope.
that was a
Because they could be slugging it out next year, but they showed each other love and
But
respect.
that's what I mean. Wilder went from I want to catch a body in the ring to being what he was being, and that's how you become.
Say that, but that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
that's
I was
it.
saying like that could be Caleb Plant right there.
But that's what we're saying too.
Yeah, he has to.
Oh,
You said you disagree with
No,
me.
it sounded like y'all was saying like change his image, change.
No, I'm
I was
saying
like, yo, put a
Yeah,
suit
he has to-
and then just give him a
He has
PR
to-
lesson real
he has
quick.
to change the
Wilder's
suit.
still Wilder.
He has to change the suit.
Yeah.
He has to change the suit.
Oh yeah,
He can't wear Deontay Wilder's for real.
Yeah, nah.
He can't wear what Wilder wears. He can't wear what Porter wears. He has to wear with them with
jewelry that he wears.
those
He
regular
can't wear the
commentators
jewelry
wear.
that he
He has. That's what we're
Yeah,
talking
he
about.
can't
He got
come
too
in
much
there with that.
pressure.
Oh yeah, I agree. Oh, all right. So now we saying the same thing.
He has seasoning on his chicken.
No, I misunderstood what y'all was saying. Then I misunderstood. Alright, so we all saying the same thing. Alright, got you. Too much sauce on, just regular salt.
You know, that's all I'm saying.
You spend too much adobo. You gotta just put that,
For real.
flavorless.
He's gonna turn a lot of people
Yo,
off.
Tom said, where we at?
18.
You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
That's the best cameraman in the business. And that's the
Yo,
whatever fight, real quick. I've seen other fights. It was another.
So we're
fight.
gonna have to do a quick.
Homeboy, the
I see
Filipino brother, right before the Pacquiao
Oh,
fight. What's his name? Got murdered.
Hey, you watch it. Man. We're not going to do that to Baby Pacquiao, but what we should jump into is Omar Figueroa.
I was so mad at that fight, and I don't even want to. I can't. I'm so mad that Omar Figueroa was thrown in that fight. Al Haymon did that to him, and that's what we were saying. If y'all go back when we was talking about is Al Haymon good for boxing, and
I thought we were not using the R word.
He's about
to.
I said, but and Kaden alluded to he's good for certain fighters, and that's what we were saying. And if you go back to our old episodes of Boxing Bros, I hope y'all do go back and check that out. This is a case of that. Omar Figueroa didn't need to go up to 147. Didn't need to be in there, especially with Ugas.
With a killer.
And I'm disgusted. I think Omar Figueroa, I think he was trying to get money. He was out of the sport because of the gun charge and a lot of other personal issues. He shouldn't have been in there, and a good promoter, a great promoter, wouldn't have thrown him in there, especially a fighter that has such promise as Omar Figueroa. To me, y'all know me, I praise. Y'all heard me talk about Omar Figueroa and him being good for the sport. You know what I'm saying? Because he was young, and he had a fan base.
Hey man, you should. I get it. The lawyer fees dried up all the bread, couldn't afford a
Nah,
trainer.
but I think you can front that though. If you look at record labels, when they get an artist, they front the bill, the artist will pay him back. Why couldn't they do that for him? I think Golden Boy would have done it for him. And that's why I say you have to be real wary when you sign with Al Haymon, because for some fighters, Al Haymon will pull out all the stops to see to it that you're successful, and then other fighters, he'll tell you, go up 2 weight classes and fight this guy. He'll say Jose Cito Lopez, go fight this guy. He'll say Omar Figueroa, go fight Ugas. He'll say Adrian Granados, go fight Danny Garcia. But, it doesn't seem like he's placing value on certain careers. And just being honest, Omar Figueroa was an undefeated young talent. You could have made so much more money off of him if you would have polished him up, if you would have paid to get him the proper training, the proper education. Just look at what Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. was able to accomplish and how much money he was able to make and how much he was able to improve from the start of his career towards the end when he was fighting better fighters. And you could have done that with Omar Figueroa. Instead, you threw him to the wolves too early and he just took a beating and his stock just dropped. And I happen to think it's because the guy who promotes him didn't see the value that he brought to the sport of boxing, and I think it's messed up.
Totally agree. But there was another fighter too got knocked out the ring on one of the undercards, and
I want to do that on his own. But Arthur Spilka got knocked out again by Derek Chisora. Arthur Spilka.
and that's the basically, that's the recap.
Hang it up.
That's the recap, you know what I'm saying? Please like and subscribe to Boxing Bros. Leave a comment, positive, negative, not too negative. And please check us out on social media, Facebook,